retrograde motion. Only Venus is moving forward. Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune are all going retrograde, meaning it looks like they're going backwards in the sky. All this is asking us is to reevaluate. Have we succeeded in what we set out to do? So let's look at each of the planets. Mercury is the planet that rules our mind. It's about our thinking and our capacity to use our analytical reasoning. But it's also about transportation, moving forward. Do we feel like we're moving forward? Do we feel like we're moving forward in our mind? Are we progressing? Are we learning? Is our life invigorating for us? We need to reevaluate this. If we feel that we're satisfied that we're moving forward in this way, then the retrograde action will have no impact on us at all. But if we are feeling dissatisfied, if we think, you know, I'd like to take another course, I just feel like I want to learn this, or I want to study this thing, I want to get more knowledge on this, or so I can move further, go better, or I want to travel. I've always wanted to visit someplace far away and I haven't done it yet. Mercury is also the planet of travel. Set your plans in action to make those things happen. It'll make you feel better inside. That's all retrograde does. It makes you look again at what is going on in your life so you can make better choices. So when we look at Mars going retrograde, it's the planet of energy. It gives us energy. It's often associated with war because war is a very passionate outburst of energy, but it's very destructive. Mars doesn't have to be destructive. Energy is just energy. It's how you channel it. So how do we channel our energy? Again, when it's going backwards, review, where am I spending my energy? And if you look at your life, you go, God, I'm spending my energy on this thing or these people or with this job or with this situation. My time is my energy and I'm spending my energy on these things and it's not bringing me the happiness or satisfaction I like. Maybe I need to change those things. Maybe I need to move forward, move on. Maybe I need to talk to the person, address the issue. There's a whole host of factors. Only you know what you can do. But if it's coming up for you, it's because you need to address it. If you don't, it'll get suppressed, and then another time it'll come around again. Eventually,
karmic repercussions.
Address it. But if we address it now, we'll be able to move forward faster. We can use this energy, it's like a slingshot, to move us further forward by recognizing our growth and acknowledging where we want to grow to. So when we move even further out from Mars and Mercury are very close to us, then we move out to Jupiter. Now Jupiter's further away, but it's also very large, so its impact is also quite profound. And Jupiter represents expansion, good fortune, and also the guru, the wise teacher that shows us how to obtain what we want. So look at your life. How do you feel your fortune is doing? If you feel that your fortune is good, then retrograde action isn't going to affect you. But if you look back and say, gosh, I wish I'd made wiser choices, maybe it's time for you to ask for a guru, ask for somebody. And a guru doesn't have to be some mystical person. It's somebody that has knowledge and wisdom in what you want to accomplish and acquire. It's also about looking at good luck. Isn't just, we think it's chance, but really a lot of it has to do with what you do. You cultivate the groundwork for your own good luck. By your thinking, by your aspirations, by the way you present yourself in the world. You attract your luck to you. So think to yourself, how have I been, if I'm not feeling lucky, how have I been pushing luck out of my life? And how can I turn it around and invite it back in?
Yes.
How can I invite those good opportunities to open up again for me? Next out, we move to Saturn. A lot of people don't like Saturn because Saturn shows us our limitations. But we need to know what our limitations are. You need to know if you're driving on the edge of the highway on a very narrow cliff, you need to know where that edge is, because if you don't, you could fall off and die. It's good to know where the edge is. It's good to know where the boundaries are. These are important. They help us to navigate life. So Saturn shows us our boundaries. Some boundaries can be pushed. Sometimes we instrict boundaries on ourselves that are too narrow. So if you're looking at your life and you're feeling confined, that your boundaries are too tight, now's the time to take this opportunity to try and push open those boundaries a little bit so that you can grow. If you have a plant that you like, and you grow and it gets to a certain height and it doesn't seem to be doing or thriving anymore, you need to put it in a bigger pot. That's the only way it's going to thrive more. Sometimes you have to open your boundaries to grow bigger. So if you have been living with a thought pattern that has been holding you back, if you've been restricted by the karmas of family or of your culture, you don't have to be bound by them. You can break free of those limitations. That's the nice thing about Saturn in retrograde. It makes it easier for you to break out of old patterns because it's showing them to you for the purpose of you recognizing it so that you can move forward. So take this opportunity. If you see the pattern, don't be afraid of it. Acknowledge that it's an opportunity to move forward. And lastly, Neptune, beautiful Neptune, the planet of spiritual expansion. It's all bliss and happiness. But it's also the planet of delusion, drug use. And so Neptune will either help you to realize your spiritual goal or delude you into believing you're already there. It's up to you to choose how you use this energy. It's best to approach it with humility. Assume that you're not there. Because if you were, you wouldn't be here. If you were there, you wouldn't care. It sounds terrible, but if you were there, you wouldn't care. You would be at peace with everything just as it is. Nothing would bother you at all. But we're not there. So be here now. Admit that you don't know, that you need guidance. Be humble. That way the Spirit can move to and through you. When we're all full of, I know what I'm doing and I'm going to make, then just we're setting ourselves up for the fall. Pride goeth before the fall. Be humble. Because in the spiritual world, humility is a great asset. There's many things we don't know. It's better to approach it like that.
And what about Uranus? Did you talk about Uranus?
Uranus, oh gosh, Uranus, expect the unexpected. Uranus is the planet of unexpected, out of the blue, new ways of doing things. All of this modern technology, this is like Uranian influence. This is like new stuff, crazy, game-changing, wow, and it came from nowhere. Humanity was going along like this, and then in 50 years we went like that, boom. What the heck? But what are we doing with it? Uranus is asking us to say, so we've got it now, what are you going to do with it? You know, how do we wisely use this technology? Because I can tell you, it can also, as quickly as it came, it can be taken away. We don't want to believe it, but it's dependent on a lot of things all working together to maintain it. And if some of those things break, it breaks along with it. So how we use it, how we think about it, how we treat it, is going to influence how it serves us now and in the future. So those are the planets that we're working with. We're working with all of them. Those are the ones that are calling for us to re-examine. Fortunately, Venus is going in the right motion. So she's saying, everything's all right. Just open your heart to love and all will be well.
Loves all things is the clan mother.
Loves all things. And loves all things, the clan mother teaches us that love comes in many forms. And that there's all different ways of loving someone. Love can come in kind words. Love can come in preparing a meal. Love can come even just in a smile. Love can be intimate passion between two people. Love can be a mother holding a baby. Love can be a child helping their elderly parent pass from this world. All of these things are love.
Union is love.
So when we bring it together, when we bring love together in union, then we find that our life is full, it has meaning, and we feel satisfied. This is it. No matter how high you go spiritually, satisfaction comes from the heart. In yoga teachings, you want to go to your crown chakra to attain that enlightenment, but you don't stay there. You bring the energy back down and you rest it in your heart. That's the goal. It's not just to go out there, because out there, you're out there. Getting on the mountaintop, I'm on the mountaintop, nobody can reach me. But when you bring it back down into your heart, you can take what you have learned and give it to other people and share that. And that makes it valuable to the rest of the world. Make sense?
Thank you.
Wonderful.